Today I'm going to be working on a 2021 Hyundai Veloster N.
The truth.
So we're going to be changing out the rear brakes. This is the part number. I'll link to it down below as well. So first thing we're going to want to do is get this rear end raised up off the ground. It's a good idea to throw some wheel chocks on these front wheels just because we're raising up the back end, don't want it to roll anywhere. Remember to put your e-brake down. You do not want it on when doing the rear brakes. Alright, now that it's up in the air, we're going to go ahead and take off the rear wheels. Alright, so the process is going to be the same on both sides, but I'm just going to be showing you the passenger side here. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take this guy off of this whole bracket right here. Sorry for the wind noise. But that's how we're going to access these pads right in here. Alright, so both these bolts are 14. We're going to be taking off this top one right here and the bottom one right here, and this whole bracket will kind of wiggle itself out. Alright, so now I'm just going to use a pair of needle nose, pop these little wires out. There it goes. Same for the bottom. And now what I'm going to do to get these pads out is I'm going to use a screwdriver behind here and just kind of pop them out. Alright, so it's important you match up your brake pads to your originals to make sure you got the right ones, which these have a single pin and the wear indicator, and the inside pad has a single pin and the wear indicator. So we're just going to match them up. You got the 2 pins, you got 2 pins, same with this one, 2 pin, single pin with a wear indicator, and of course line them up too. Make sure they match up like they should, which these do, so that's good. So let's go ahead and we're going to compress the piston on the rear brakes, and then we're going to slide these guys in. Alright, so now we're going to use this rear brake tool. It's got a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different styles, but what it is, you use one of these guys, and you turn it with this plate on the back side, and you match up whichever size you need to your brake calipers. But when you turn it, it pushes the piston in. That way it gives you room for your new pads. Alright, so once the tool is secured into place, we're going to go ahead and spin it, and it's going to push the piston down. Once it's depressed all the way, we can start go ahead and putting our pads back on. Alright, so you want to make sure your single pin goes on the back side, like away from the face of the car. And again, your curve of it is going to curve with the rotor as well. So you see how it's curved here? You're going to curve it with the rotor. So we're going to get it in place, and then we're going to do the front one as well. Alright, so next we're going to run our little metal wires back in these little holes. They just kind of pop into place. And same on the bottom. Just kind of holds into place. Now we're going to move our bracket back down and slide it over our new pads. You will need to push in these little nuts right here, just so this bracket will fit over them. And then we're going to get our bolts and run them through the sides over here. And remember, it's a 14 millimeter to tighten up both of these. Don't over tighten them. I think it's about 10 foot-pounds to get both of these good and tight. Now that that's all back together, we can go ahead and put our wheel back on. All right, now you're just gonna wanna go ahead and pump the brakes a few times just to get those rear pads seated. Now with both wheels back on, we can go ahead and get the car back on the ground. And go ahead and take out your wheel chocks as well. Well, if y'all have any questions or comments about putting on rear brake pads on a Veloster N, let me know down in the comment section below and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. If you liked any of the background music that was in this video, check out the artist's SoundCloud in the description below.